Hey, welcome to my channel. This is prep day, but you're not here for prep. You're here for pre-prep. When I made my menu, I have a lot of stuff going on for prep today. A lot. And when that happens, sometimes we end up eating out twice. Saturdays are eating out day, and sometimes I'm just so tired, I eat out on Sunday too. So I figured we better put something in the crock pot. We're doing the mixed beans from nutstop.com. If y'all saw my unboxing, I've already opened them. That's why I bought those specifically to make this bean soup, and I thought today would be a perfect day to make it since I'm going to be so tired and it's so easy to throw in the crock pot. Just throw everything in there and let it go, and it can just be doing its thing. And when I am tired at the end of the prepping session today, I will have a nice hot bowl of bean soup to sit down to. So thank you, Nutstop, for, they're not sponsoring this video. I bought it specifically to try a recipe to let you know how good their ingredients are, because why was I going to unbox something and not show you how delicious the stuff is, which, you know, I tasted some of it when I did. And what I tasted was good. So I'm expecting these beans to be no different. And it's a 16 bean blend. So I've not made it yet. Normally I film these little intros after I've made it. If I need to tell you a little something, I can. But I just got to put it in the pot, and I'll just come back after we show putting it together. I'll just come back at the end, give it a little taste, and let you know. And that'll be that. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Love to have you. And let's go cook. Making the onion soup mix could not be easier. I keep it in just a little mason jar. You see I got it labeled. 2 tablespoons of this mix with 1 cup of water would be the soup. But just to use it in a recipe, just 2 tablespoons. And you see it got down low enough that I could keep my tablespoon in there. But I'm not so sure once we add everything I can. Now I would double it because I have room in this jar. But I don't have enough, I don't think, dried onions. So the first thing we need is just dried onion. Get them over in the spice section. 3/4 of a cup. Look, that's about what I had. I'm going to leave that just in case I need a pinch in something else before I buy any more. Or, yeah, before I get around to buying any more. Then, beef bouillon powder. This particular one is with the Hispanic foods. And it's usually the brand I buy, Nor. I'm not sure if they have it with the soups or not. But 3/4 a cup of that. And it does not matter if you're eating beef or chicken or vegetables or whatever. You don't taste beef. 4 teaspoons of onion powder. Yeah, I don't guess doubling I would have had room. In my bigger jar I would have. Then 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. I'll do it first before I get celery seeds on it, on that spoon. And then 1/4 teaspoon of crushed celery seeds. Now before, my lovely subscriber Ann sent my mortar and pestle, I would just do that number. But since I have this, I'm going to do it. This just, I guess, makes them go further and brings the taste out. Oh, you can smell that. You can smell it really, really good. Plus, you don't get big pieces of celery seed. Oh, I think that worked out real well. Look at there. And that is all there is to it. Shake it up really, really well. And I've never calculated how many packets this would equal. But you saw how much ingredients we put in, and it only takes 2 tablespoons for 1 packet. So there you have it. And I'm going to tell you what, I've used it for umpteen years, and it works like a charm. I've never been able to tell the difference. So do with it what you will. But there you have it. You saw how easy it was to throw together. Now let's go over here and start this soup. Let's get started on our soup. The star of the show is the mixed beans. It does not have all the kind of beans in the back, but it is all the beans. 16. See if we can look at them as we go. I love to look at mixed beans. It's so pretty. Now, this is plain Jane. We're plain Jane people. No meat, no vegetables, no tomatoes, beans, and liquid and seasoning. Now, if you notice, I put them in there dry and I'm going in the crock pot. This is just 1 can of beef broth, any kind you want. Low sodium, fat, free, you know, that's just regular. Well, I lied. There are some vegetables. There's some onions because it is my house. No set amount, maybe a small onion's worth. It's just what I have chopped in the fridge. But back to the beans. I haven't soaked the beans in literal years. And that's because my husband, he was making, oh my gosh, so many years ago, he was making some pinto beans. And he just threw them in the pot with the water, cranked it up on high and let it go. And I was like, dude, you can't do that. You got to soak the beans. You can't just throw them in there. Well, guess what? Yes, you can just throw them in there. So, cooking it on low is going to take them a long time. Cooking it on high, you'd be surprised. 4 hours, you're going to have beans. So, let's add some garlic to taste. Maybe a couple cloves worth. Then the onion soup mix that we made. We need 1 packet of onion soup mix, which will be 2 tablespoons of this. Now you could use chicken broth in there if you wanted to. I think beef broth is a little bit richer, and since we're going plain, I just think, you know, that's what I like. Some more garlic and a teaspoon of garlic powder. A teaspoon of garlic salt. No, celery salt. You see I have that cracker in there. See how nice it keeps that salt? And then my little, which I don't know why I do it, but this is how I do it. And I like malt vinegar. You can use any kind of vinegar you like. I would say any kind should work. But it just gives it something. It's just a splash of malt vinegar. Malt vinegar is so good on fish. Fried fish. Oh my gosh. Captain D's. If you have Captain D's, little seafood restaurant. It's just a fast food seafood. They serve that with theirs, and oh, it's good. Now we need about 5 cups of water, which that holds 4 because my big one has hummus in it. If you don't want to use the broth, use like 6 cups of water. And then stir it up, and I mix it on this side because it's just easier to, a better camera angle. Now I'm going to carry it to the other side. Put it on high. I will check it periodically, not for a couple hours, just to make sure it's not getting, I still have enough water. Pinto beans sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes they soak up more water than others, and you have to add more. So just after 2-3 hours, give it a look-see. If you need more water, add more water. If you don't, just let it go until the beans are tender. That's all you have to do. So I'll see you back when the whole thing is done. Oh, I'm not going to turn it on. I'm moving it. Okay, I'm just going to hold this. Now, I cannot remember if it was 4 or 5 hours that it's been cooking, but it is completely done. The beans are 100% soft. I took a bite. Let me put some over here. Some of the lentils might be even overdone, but I think that might add to the thickness of the soup. So there you have it. A beautiful bean soup that I'm going to tell you what, I tasted it, and it's just as flavorful as can be. You don't need meat in every single thing. Sometimes you like to take a break from meat. Mostly we do it from money because we're meat eaters. We don't do it to say, oh, let's eat less meat. We just do it to say, oh, let's save some money. So, plus we like beans. We really, really like beans. These did not disappoint. Nutstop, you have a really good product, a really good bean product, and I will be ordering some more of these. I make my own. I have a list of all the beans. It's expensive when you buy all those beans and separate it out, and it's a pain in the tail, I'll tell you. So for $2.99 to buy these from Nutstop, I think it was a deal. And if you want to try anything from there, they gave me a code for you to use. I don't get anything, no kickback on it. It's just a code for my subscribers. And it is in my description box. So there you have it. Beautiful meatless bean soup. Plenty of broth in the pot for if you want cornbread or real bread or crackers. But now I'm not going to eat this. This is supper, so I'm going to put this right back in the crock pot, and I'm just going to keep it on warm until David gets home tonight and we have supper. So there you have it. There is my 16 bean soup.